The UK is
Continuing turmoil in the financial markets.
The second crack that's appeared in the UK housing market.
Has Keir Starmer adopted the right strategy to deal with it?
Currently, the UK is facing a catastrophic downfall in the economic and the property market. Or is it? So specifically over the last few months on social media, I've seen constant bombardment of Nigel Farage, Keir Starmer, people slating the UK, saying the UK is fucked and it's going downhill, all down to the immigrants are coming over to our country and taking our jobs, taking our women, taking our houses, being bombarded into hotels, all at the expense of the British taxpayers' money, resulting in British people being thrown to the bottom of the pile. As someone who served in the British military, I'm incredibly proud to be British. I'm proud of our culture, I'm proud of where I'm from, and I'm proud of the people that are in our country. And I just want to add a bit of a disclaimer here. This is not a video on my opinions or my views. I just want to make sure that I, as a business owner and a landlord, provide some form of value and information to yourself who may have a business or be a landlord, and make sure that you do not see this as a downfall and how this can be a huge benefit to you financially, to your business or your portfolio. So let's just start with the facts. Labour is in power, whether you like it or not, whether I agree or disagree, whether you agree or disagree, Labour is in power for now. And the fact is, they are facing a housing crisis. There are thousands of refugees still stuck in hotels, costing the taxpayer millions. Now Labour are saying that they want to move refugees into individual family houses all across the UK. This actually means one thing for property investors and landlords like yourself: demand. So me personally, myself and my business partner Abhishek, we've actually housed over 500 refugees. Again, like it or not, it is business, and this is something that we've leveraged to make sure that we are still economically growing and financially improving our business. Councils are scrambling for housing stock with the use of Serco, Mears, Clear Springs. They're the big three within the UK social housing providers. And for landlords who own properties, especially in the north of the UK right now, there is a huge opportunity to make serious money for doing the same amount of work as what you would have done in the first place to get a property from start to finish to a family to rent. And this is with guaranteed rents, long-term leases, government-backed tenants. Again, personal opinions aside, this is good money. I have personally seen this firsthand and been a part of this for myself and for my customers, where we have been offered ridiculous amounts of money with ridiculous leases on HMOs for very minimal work, all under government-backed housing contracts. But this is where it gets really interesting. Whilst Labour is scrambling for all of these properties and all these housing contracts and getting all the refugees in and making sure that everyone's housed, the Reform Party is gaining serious traction and starting to come ahead in a lot of the polls. And it honestly would not surprise me if the Reform win or take a major role at the next election. So if this happens, does this mean that the demand is gone? It may mean that it slows down, but it also just means that there will be a shift. Is this a bad thing? I think not. So this is how I would play this as an investor. This isn't any form of financial advice, but if I was starting again, or if I had a pot of money that I was going to invest right now, I would start building and stacking up buy-to-lets in your key areas that you find, and hopefully you've done good due diligence on. That's because it is relevant now for the Labour Party, with them putting refugees in more permanent long-term properties and family houses. And it also sets you up for the future if the Reform Party does win and it then starts to go back towards the more British family housing or any family housing, and HMOs start to take a slower stance. Buy-to-let is the age-old strategy for having real security. Basically what I'm saying is I want properties that can work now for social housing, and I want properties that I can easily make work later, so I don't have to adapt much if anything changes within the government and the political system. So we're still picking properties that are near to schools, town centres, local amenities. In the northwest, up in the northeast, places like Liverpool, Manchester, Barrow-in-Furness, Preston, not so much Blackpool anymore, Hull, York, Leeds. All of these areas are still very cheap entry to market, but have a perfect utilisation of the properties now and later. This is my prediction for the next 12 to 18 months. Labour are going to continue to scramble for houses with the use of social housing providers like Circle and Mears, and they will do everything they can to cut the costs of hotels. Doesn't mean they won't use them, I'm just saying that they're going to try and deviate. But after that, I expect a little bit of policy change, regardless of the party that wins. So I do expect a little bit of uncertainty, so I want to build smart. You need to remain adaptable and make sure that you change for the political environment, because it will change all of our business in a huge way. But the way that the government is going at the moment, I do see it switching more towards buy-to-lets in the distant future. Now, I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, so what? Just to clarify, this is not me saying I will not be purchasing HMOs and that you shouldn't either. Of course, it works now. If you have the time and the money to still purchase HMOs, please do, because I will be. But I also do think building a foundation of buy-to-lets right now is going to be hugely beneficial for your security as the political system changes. To summarise, remain adaptable. Try and ignore all of the noise on social media about which party's good and which party's bad. You have your own opinions and you're entitled to them. But as a landlord and investor, you need to remain adaptable, otherwise it will affect you financially. You need to have the ability to buy whatever the demand is right now that will also serve you best in the future. And that's what I continue to do, and that's what I hope you continue to do. If you have found this video valuable, please make sure that you do subscribe, help me with the algorithm, leave a comment, share it, all the usual shit. Just help me out with posting it and subscribing, heading over to my Instagram, following, all that call to action bollocks that people like to say. Just do it. It'll help me out massively. It allows me to keep doing these videos. Please subscribe.